In a surprising twist that has sent ripples through the South African political landscape, Patriotic Alliance (PA) leader and outspoken political heavyweight Gayton McKenzie has made a dramatic U-turn regarding his earlier threats to resign. Known for his blunt approach and no-nonsense rhetoric, McKenzie has never shied away from calling out President Cyril Ramaphosa or the ruling African National Congress (ANC) on issues of governance, corruption, and service delivery. But this latest reversal reveals the complexities of his political calculations and sheds light on a broader conversation about Ramaphosa's leadership and the current state of South African politics. Just days ago, McKenzie was adamant about stepping down, citing deep frustrations with what he described as broken promises, lack of accountability, and betrayal of the ordinary people. His resignation call had sparked debates across social media platforms, with many wondering if the Patriotic Alliance was about to take a bold stand against the ruling establishment. Supporters praised him for having the courage to put principle before position, while critics accused him of using resignation threats as a political stunt to maintain relevance in a crowded opposition space. However, in his latest statement, McKenzie made it clear that he has reconsidered. "I am not going to hand the country over to the same people who created this mess," he said, addressing a crowd of journalists and party supporters. "Yes, I was angry. Yes, I was disappointed. But walking away would not fix South Africa. My duty is to stay in the fight, and to hold President Ramaphosa accountable to his decisions." The U-turn has been linked directly to Ramaphosa's most recent decision on governance matters, particularly his reshuffling of portfolios and the controversial appointments within key ministries. McKenzie noted that while he was unimpressed with the lack of consultation and transparency around these decisions, he believes abandoning his post would ultimately serve the interests of those who, in his words, want silence instead of scrutiny. Political analysts have been quick to weigh in. Some argue that McKenzie's decision reflects a growing realization among smaller parties that they cannot afford to vacate the political battlefield when the stakes are so high. McKenzie knows that the political vacuum created by his resignation could easily be filled by voices less critical of the ANC. His U-turn is a strategic calculation: remain inside, keep the pressure on, and use every platform available to push back against decisions he views as harmful, said one Johannesburg-based political commentator. Others believe McKenzie's reversal is less about strategy and more about survival. His resignation could have weakened the Patriotic Alliance at a critical time when the party is working to cement its influence ahead of upcoming local government battles. By staying put, McKenzie not only preserves his political capital but also keeps his supporters mobilized. What makes this development even more interesting is McKenzie's nuanced tone toward Ramaphosa. While he was once quick to label the president as ineffective and out of touch, his latest remarks suggested a more layered view. "I don't hate President Ramaphosa," McKenzie clarified. "I hate bad decisions. I hate corruption. I hate the failure to deliver services to the people. If he makes the right decisions, I will say so. If he makes the wrong ones, I will expose him. This is not personal, it's about South Africa." This shift has opened speculation that McKenzie may be positioning himself as both a critic and a reluctant partner, someone who can slam the ANC when it fails, yet still present himself as pragmatic enough to work with the system for the greater good. Whether this balancing act will boost or damage his credibility remains to be seen. For now, his U-turn has reignited debates about leadership, accountability, and the direction South Africa is heading under Ramaphosa. Supporters of McKenzie see his move as proof that he is willing to put the nation above his personal frustrations, while detractors insist it exposes inconsistency and opportunism. One thing is certain: McKenzie's latest words will not fade quietly into the background. They underline the tension between principle and pragmatism, and they remind South Africans that in politics, a resignation call may never be the final word.